just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on. So, last week's video was the last of the footage that my mom and I shot before she slipped and fell on March 10th. I think I told you that things were going well in my last little post. Unfortunately, that is no longer true. She was in a rehab facility that did not take good care of her, and she had a wound on her back that was like a stage 2, which is sort of, it's all right. Now it's a stage 4, which is the absolute worst kind, down to the bone of pressure sore wound. And I blame this place, not only because of that, but also they did not do anything towards helping her regain her strength. She hated it there, and I had no idea what to do as far as how to get her out of there. I didn't know who I was supposed to call. And even if I got her out of there, I didn't know if the next place would be worse, or, there's so many things you don't know, because when you're in this type of situation, and this is a warning for anybody else who might have something like this come up, you are so focused on your loved one and wanting to get them better that things like go past you. Like these people, oh, here's a list of places that you can go or whatever, and you don't know who that person is who gave you that list. You don't know how to contact them. You don't know anything. And so I would suggest find out everything ahead of time. Find out who that person is, how to contact them, who you need to contact on your loved one's insurance in order to find out what your options are. Because if I had known any other option, I would have gotten her out of there and gotten her somewhere else, and we wouldn't be where we are now. But things are the way they are, so here we are. That horrible place discharged her for at-home care. It started out okay. She was here for 5 days, and then we had a problem Monday night. She slipped down. I couldn't get her back on the bed. I had to call the fire department. They got her back in bed. I couldn't understand what she was saying to me. And this had happened before briefly, like when she was tired. And so they said, well, whatever you want to do you want to take her to the hospital, whatever. I said, let's wait till the nurse comes tomorrow and see what she says. So, long story short, she had sepsis, and she also had a streptococcal infection. So the nurse basically said, yeah, you need to take her to the hospital. So we took her to the hospital, had an ambulance take her. And she's been in ICU while they've been trying to treat this infection. Well, I also got the streptococcal, whatever it is, because I had a sore throat that whole time from Sunday that she was here until right around Friday. And then by Friday, the sore throat was pretty much gone. But Friday, I got these horrendous chills. And I wasn't feeling quite right, so I went home from the hospital that day, and I was basically in bed all weekend. Then my lymph nodes, you can see on the left side, have swollen up, and the right side, it's hurts a little bit, not swollen, but anyway. Yesterday, which was Monday, I got some antibiotics, and I started taking those, and hopefully it's going to knock this thing out so I can go back and visit my mom. I haven't seen her since Friday. This is Tuesday. The thing I wanted to get across most in this video is that I am standing on John 14:14, where Jesus said, anything you ask in my name, that I will do. And I am standing on that because I was very specific in my request to him about my mom. And I know he will keep his promise, and he will bring her home to me, and she will regain everything she's lost. Because I cannot see why he would save her life for those 5 days that she laid there on the floor, dehydrated, just to take her away now. And I but I did ask him, very specifically, and I know he will keep his promise to me. And I am putting this out here so that all of you will know that God gets the glory for healing my mother. So there's that. So my mom, I look forward to seeing her again. I hate leaving her there, because that's the other thing. Another thing I got to tell you about, to be cautious of. If you have a loved one in the ICU, those doctors and nurses there, they are jaded because they've seen it all, and they're like, oh, it's always going to end the same. They'll try and prepare you for the worst. Well, I don't like that, because that's negativity. And how is a person supposed to get better when they're bombarded with negativity? They need positive energy. But I went to see, I think it was Friday, the last day I was able to see her before I got so sick. The ICU nurse was all, well, she hasn't gotten any better. Oh, it's going to get worse from here, and she's just going to die or whatever. They have that kind of attitude. And the ICU doctor, the 2 times I saw him, he was all about, this kind of infection is very serious and she might not make it. It's doom and gloom. It's all doom and gloom. So if you have a loved one in the ICU, you need to be there as often as you can to keep giving them positive energy and reassuring them. Even if they don't look like they can hear you or whatever, you still need to say to them things like, you're going to be fine, that kind of thing, because this negative energy, it makes me mad. It just makes me mad that they act that way. I get it. I mean, human nature is to be on the negative end. That's what it's all about. But you got to fight it, especially if you're the one who's in the hospital trying to get over something. You have to fight that innate nature of negativity. And my mom is a pessimist, so that's that much harder for her too. But like I said, I'm standing on John 14:14, and she will be all right. She will be back with me because the Lord promised. So I will update you as things go on, but I did want to let you know this, and to let you know, if you have a loved one in the hospital, make sure you get all the names and phone numbers of everybody before they move her anywhere, or him anywhere, or ask you to make any decisions about where to put them for rehab or anything like that. Get all your information. And number 2, feed them the positivity, because there are the people in the hospital, and it's not their fault. It's just they've seen so much, and plus I can imagine how draining it would be to try to keep your positivity up with all these patients all the time. But you aren't there all the time. You don't work there, so you need to be the positivity for your loved one. All right, so that's all I have for this time. I do hope that we will get back to our regular schedule soon. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen. If I get over this, if my streptococcal, whatever the heck it is, goes away, then maybe we can get back to our normal schedule. I don't know. But until then, take care of yourself, because it's a fact. Nobody else will.